ugly.
And it's a lot of frustration from a lot of people. And it's not just there, it's all over the city.
It is.
All right, but you won't probably get a lot of water this week, no rain.
No, not really. A few isolated showers maybe, but it looks like a very dry stretch going forward. We need the rain. We don't want it on the weekends, but even going well into next week, our rain chances remain slim to none. Next couple of days, maybe a few pop-up showers, but certainly not much to help us out with our drought, which is still continuing. 83 degrees was our high today, so yes, it was warm, but we're not talking record territory, which would be 90 on this date, 61. It was actually a little cooler this morning and had some low 50s on the North Shore, 50s even south of the city. Tomorrow morning, I think we'll generally be in the 60s, maybe a few upper 50s north of the lake. We're kind of starting that warming trend as the Gulf moisture is coming back. Definitely a little more humid today. Dew points now into the mid-upper 50s, even some low 60s. Humidity, though, because the temperature and dew point are so far apart, is low. Again, it's relative humidity relative to the temperature. Winds out of the south-southeast at 9 miles an hour, so we're beginning to see that wind coming off of the Gulf, which was expected. Upper 70s and low 80s outside at the moment, but dew points, this is not exactly the summertime muggies, and even as the humidity rises over the next several days, it's not like the July, August type humidity that's on the way. Dew points in the 60s, maybe nearing 70 degrees is what will be moving our way and really not going anywhere through next week. Winds out of the south or southeast will stay up through the weekend and continuing the next week. Now, there's a little disturbance that is off to our east that's triggering some clouds and even a few thunderstorms, but it looks like that is generally going to stay away from us today. Models, though, indicate it might get a little closer tomorrow, and that might spark about a 10% shot at an isolated shower, but most of us will stay dry. Our local expert forecast taking us down to Galliano, where again it'll be a nice day, but each and every day the humidity continues to rise. Humidity has already started to increase, and again more of a muggy feel by the weekend, becoming very warm. I'm reserving hot for 90s, which we might get close to as we head into next week. A couple of things working against us in terms of the heat and rain chances, because we could use the rain. We're just not going to see much going into next week. An upper ridge is going to be building over us, which will keep us relatively dry as we get into next week. Now, this weekend, maybe a few little light showers as we get into the day tomorrow. Again, with that disturbance, it looks like a better chance of them over Mississippi, but the model does indicate maybe a stray shower even across southeast Louisiana. So don't be surprised if you see a light passing shower, although again, rain coverage is very limited. As we go into Sunday, maybe a slightly better chance as a front will stall to our north, but it might send some rainfall our way during the day Sunday. So our rain chances for Sunday have increased slightly, 20–30%. Maybe. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Here's the upper disturbance I was talking about that's triggering those thunderstorms off to our east. Again, as this tries to get a little closer to us tomorrow, maybe a few spotty showers, but for the most part, rain chances will remain very low tomorrow. Matter of fact, it might be nice to get a little cooling shower because whatever rain we would see would not last for very long. Now, maybe a slightly better chance as a front to our north, front's not coming here, might send some rainfall our way, and the models have been picking up on maybe a few spotty showers developing during the day on Sunday. So maybe Sunday, a slightly better chance for a few spotty showers. But again, we're not looking at much. Then as that ridge builds in for next week, high temperatures are going to be soaring into the upper 80s and rain chances slim to none. Average first 90 of the year, at least at the airport, is May 18th. We might see that early next week, but I'm holding off on getting us into the 90s just yet because the upper high that's going to keep us relatively dry looks to be a fairly weak upper high. If this was going to be a big dome of high pressure sitting over us, I think we would easily get into the low 90s. So I'm kind of holding us off for right now. But regardless, upper 80s and high humidity, it's going to feel more like the 90s. And notice our rain chances, I've kind of taken them out through Thursday with maybe a few isolated showers next Friday.
All right, Chris, thank you.